Hey everyone, welcome back. In this video, I'm going to explain Git branching. Most engineers get this wrong because if you do not isolate your work, a single experimental feature can break your entire production code base, costing your team hours of downtime. Let us move past the basics and look at how professional teams actually manage their code. We are going to cover why unmanaged branches fail, how Git branching actually works under the hood, the prerequisites you need, the core commands, and the production grade patterns that keep teams moving fast. These are the topics we are going to cover in this video, so do not skip ahead. Watch all the way through to actually understand this properly. Quick note, before we dive in, this channel shares practical IT tutorials daily. So if that is useful to you, hit subscribe and join our WhatsApp community linked in the description for more resources. So why does your current workflow break? Imagine a team of 10 developers all pushing to the same main branch. Developer A starts a feature. It is not finished, but they push it to fix a typo. Now the entire team is blocked because the build is broken. That is the reality of working without branches. So what is a Git branch really? It is simply a pointer. Think of your project as a timeline. When you branch, you are effectively saying, I want to work on this version of the code without affecting the main timeline. Just like a video game save state, you can experiment freely. If it works, you merge it back. If it fails, you just delete the branch. Before we start, ensure you have Git installed. Open your terminal or command prompt and run git version. If you see a version number, you are ready. If not, go to the official Git website and follow the installation guide for your operating system. You do not need root access for these commands, just your standard user account. Take a moment to review each point shown on screen. How does Git manage this? Internally, Git stores everything as a graph of commits. A branch is just a tiny text file containing the hash of the latest commit. When you move between branches, Git simply updates your working directory to match the commit the pointer is referencing. It is fast and it is efficient. Let us see the core commands. On the first line, we create a branch called feature login. On line 2, we switch to it using checkout. Line 4 confirms our current branch. It is that simple. The output shows an asterisk next to our branch name, which confirms we are currently working on the feature branch. The main branch is still there, waiting for us to merge our work later. In production, you will use this pattern. The -b flag creates and switches in one step. We use a naming convention like fix or feature slash to categorize our work. After committing, we push the branch to the remote server so the rest of the team can review it via a pull request. You should see a confirmation that the new branch was created on the remote server. This is exactly what a senior engineer expects to see after completing a task. So why does this error happen? You tried to switch branches while having uncommitted changes. Git refuses to switch because it does not want to overwrite your work. The fix is either to commit your changes or stash them. Use the stash command to save your current work in a temporary area. Once you switch branches and come back, run stash pop to restore your progress. It is the cleanest way to handle interruptions. Think about this. An e-commerce platform serving 500,000 customers. They were pushing broken code daily. After switching to a strict feature branching workflow, they moved from chaotic deployments to a stable, predictable process. They saved thousands of dollars in potential downtime. When should you use this? Use branching for every single task, no matter how small. It keeps your main branch clean. But do not keep branches open for weeks. If you do, you will face massive merge conflicts. Merge often, keep them small, and stay productive. Use these criteria to decide if this tool is right for your situation. You now know that branches are just pointers. You know to use naming conventions. You know how to use stash to avoid losing work. You know to protect your main branch at all costs. And you know that small, short-lived branches are the secret to a smooth workflow. If you found this video helpful and you think it can help others in the community too, please do like and hype the video. It helps more people find this content. Hit subscribe to stay updated for our regular videos. Join our WhatsApp community using the link in the description where we share more practical IT resources daily. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one. These are the core concepts to carry forward from this video. If you found this video helpful and you think it can help others in the community too, please do like and hype the video. It helps more people find this content. Hit subscribe to stay updated for our regular videos. Join our WhatsApp community using the link in the description where we share more practical IT resources daily. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.